Kumusta tayo mga kaibigan? Ito po si Nico Fabian once again. Nandito po sa programa natin Nick Talk to Real Talk with Nico. Today is Friday, September 19 na po. And dalawang tulog na lang, no? It's a matter of 2 more sleep. Then we are going to see whether the Philippines will make another history in the history of Philippine political scenario po. Why? Because we are expecting that there will be a big rally come September 21. That will be on Sunday po. Sa Sunday po, expected tayo po na malaki ang rally dyan sa Pilipinas. And the aim of the rally is to voice out. The Filipinos will be coming out to the street to voice out that we are not happy with what is happening in the Philippines, especially graft and corruption issue. This graft and corruption issue has been going on for donkey years already po. And it came to a point wherein the Filipinos, tayo mga Filipino po, pagod na, tama na, yun ang sigaw natin. Tama na, sobra na, palitan na. Tingnan natin, let's see. Let's see po sa Sunday. Kung totoo ba ang mga sigaw ng mga Pilipino, tama na, sobra na. Galit na kami. We are enraged. We are disappointed. We are very angry with our several legislators, lawmakers po, both senators and of course congressmen, politicians, governors, mayors, vice mayors, everybody elected officials po. Although not everybody is involved in this corruption issue, but nakita natin sobra na talaga po. So today we are going to talk about this preparation. Ang preparasyon po para sa Sunday. Totoo ba? Totoo na ba tayo? Ready na ba kayo para sa Sunday? Kailangan po, try to find time. Be part of the solution, not be part of the problem. And how to be part of the solution is by participating po in the coming demonstration po. Demonstration scheduled on September 21st. September 21st on Sunday. It is a very significant day for the Filipinos because the country, the Filipinos will be celebrating the 53rd if I'm not mistaken, martial law anniversary. Martial law anniversary. So, totoo ba that we are going to see another People's Power 3? Or hindi? Is it we are going to see on Sunday something like what happened in Indonesia? What happened dyan po sa Nepal? And the ongoing demonstration in France? And let's not forget the previous months we experienced we saw the people of Thailand. They were not happy of what is happening in their country because also of corruption po. So will we see on Sunday? Para sa akin po, I am one person. Dito po sa Malaysia, dito po sa Sabah, I am encouraging all my kababayan, all mga countrymen natin dito po, no? Sa legally working and residing in Malaysia, particularly in Sabah, and very specific dito po sa Kota Kinabalu, I am encouraging you to participate in this Sunday's rally po. Dalawa ang rally sa atin po, sa Pilipinas. One will be held at Luneta Park, People's Park, that can accommodate millions of people, more than 1 million people. The other one, they are going, the participants or these demonstrators will gather dyan po sa EDSA Shrine dyan po sa Quezon City. Now, paano naman kami, sir? How can we join or participate in the rally? Not necessarily po. Tayo mga overseas Filipino workers, very obvious, and no need to explain, we cannot be physically dyan po sa rally on Sunday. But we can be part of them. We can be part of the rally by one. We tune in po. We tune in ang mga live coverages po. Ang dami yan po. Mga mainstream media will be covering it. And social media, mga bloggers will be covering it po. So, let us be part of them by watching po, dyan po, what is happening sa Pilipinas on Sunday. The other thing that what we can do, paano po, how can I participate sa rally po? Gusto-gusto ko talaga, I believe, and I want graft and corruption should stop in the Philippines. But how can I participate? You can participate po by a very simple way. The second is, you just use black color shirt. Be it polo, be it t-shirt, it should be black. A team. Now, if you don't want black, then you can use white. White color polo, t-shirt, or whatever po, as long as it is white. Black and white. There is no such thing as yellow, green, red, or whatever po. These are political colors po. Sa atin po, because we are fighting graft and corruption, now the color now for this event is black and white. Black and white po. For the overseas Filipino workers. Dahil wala tayo dyan sa Pilipinas. Pwede yan mo. Or else, you can also, according to the organizers po, you can also pin in a ribbon, white ribbon po, sa mga damit natin po. Or even tie a white ribbon in our car. Sa mga kareta natin po on Sunday. Just put a white ribbon or a white or black handkerchief or whatever po. That will only show that you are participating po dito sa trillion of 1 billion people rally, and the other one is 1 trillion people rally po. Sa Sunday po. The 1 billion will start at Luneta Park, and it will be at 9 a.m. And sa trillion rally, it will start at 2 p.m. Diyan po sa EDSA Shrine sa Quezon City po. EDSA Shrine sa Quezon City. Now, let me give you some details on itong rally po later on. But in the meantime po, let me touch, I will touch muna tayo po itong, bakit kaya, why we are doing this thing? Bakit? Paano ba ito nag-umpisa? Nag-umpisa ito po, matagal na po, no? But we are very, understanding. Mga Filipinos, this is what we are. We understand, we are forgiving, and sabi nila, forget and forget, but this time around po, wala nang forget and forget. Forgive and forget. We can forgive, but I don't think so. We are going to forget what itong mga corrupt individuals, corrupt politicians, has done to us po. Grabe na grabe po. We are talking about what? We are talking here about billions of money. We are not only talking about millions or 1, 2, 3, or 10 billion pesos po, as what happened in pork barrel issue po ni Napoles. This time around po, instead ng 10 billion lang po, it went up to 100 billion, or maybe it's already trillion po. We don't know because investigation are still ongoing. Investigation is still ongoing po. So this is the problem. Ang flood control projects, karamihan po, either ghost projects or substandard projects or halfway completed but fully paid. Fully paid po. Fully paid, who paid? The contractors? Tayo po, mga taxpayers. Tayo po. ang pera natin, we contributed via our taxes po, and hoping that the government, through our taxes, we are hoping that the government, or we are looking forward, not only hoping, we are looking forward that the government will provide us with better public facilities po. But what happened po? Let's talk about the flood control projects. Last year, during the State of the Nation address of President Bongbong Marcos, siya mismo, he is the one who bragged that his government completed 5,500 flood control projects. And during the State of the Nation address last year, all the congressmen, or majority of the congressmen, clapped their hands, showing gratitude to the president. But days after, 1 or 2 days after po, dumating ang typhoon. Dumating ang typhoon po. Dumating ang typhoon, and most of the places sa Pilipinas, sa Manila po, flooded, submerged into the water po. And ang mga tao realize and question the president. Mr. President, what happened when you said in your SONA few days ago that complete na po ang 5,500 flood control projects po? Bakit ganito ang sitwasyon? Bakit marami namatay sa amin? Marami ang property of damage dahil sa typhoon po. Nasaan na yun po ang flood control projects po? Anong sagot ng presidente? What is the answer of the president? The president said, nabangga daw ang mga pumping stations, ang barko ng mga sa pumping station, na overwhelmed daw ang tubig sa Pilipinas. Kaya nga, this is what happened. And worse still, I myself, I cannot understand, and I will not accept it. Worse still, he was telling to the Filipinos that we have to accept floods. It is already a norm sa buhay natin po. From day one hanggang ngayon, sabi niya po, from one government, from one administration to the other administrations po, parte na ito po ng buhay ng mga Pilipino. Ang flood. Ganon na lang ba ang rason ng presidente natin? Hanggang dyan na lang ba? What do you think of us, Mr. President? Are we kids born yesterday? Are we stupid or uneducated? You expect us to believe what you said? Your reasoning? Grabe naman po, Mr. President. Imagine how many trillions of money we overseas Filipino workers are contributing every month, every year to your administration po to help the economy of our country. And if I'm not mistaken, there was a report just recently po, the remittances of overseas Filipino workers po. This year, hindi pa natapos, wala pa napatapos, December pa, ang end of this year. But we already reached something like 33 trillion pesos in remittance po. Top of the list, Filipinos in United States of America. Filipinos in Singapore. Filipinos in Saudi Arabia. These are the three places po. These are the three places. Although kami dito po sa Malaysia, we are not that big ang community namin. But we are contributing. We are part of whatever you are enjoying. You are using itong mga corrupt individuals, you are using our money, hard-earned money, and that we cannot accept now. Imagine our taxes goes to these people, irresponsible, greedy. Huh? They use our money in buying expensive cars, enjoying life, going to the casinos, losing millions and millions of pesos, sending their children, their family to study abroad, and these Nepo babies, what do? They enjoy our money. A very good example po, it came out in the news. Isang anak ng contractor. Anak ba yun ng contractor? Ng politician po. Involved dito sa anomaly. Ang bill niya po for one meal alone is more than 700,000 pesos. Grabe, no? Kaninong pera po? Is it the money of the father? A father? Let's say, okay, a speaker of the house, his monthly salary is 316,000 a month. Yon speaker na yan po. Kung congressman lang siya po, kano lang po ang sweldo niya? 200 plus? And he got what? 4 or 5 children staying abroad with a big house left and right. Ang lifestyle is so high. Do you think that salary that he's receiving every month, 200 plus pesos po, 200 plus pesos, 200,000 plus pesos po, magsustain na yun po ang lifestyle niya? No, definitely no. Unless he's corrupt, then he can enjoy this kind of, sabihin natin, luxurious lifestyle. Kaya nga, on Sunday, Judgment Day, September 21, labas na tayo mga Pilipino, mga kababayan ko, mga kapatid ko, be it dyan sa Pilipinas, be it kami dito sa abroad, let us all be united, participate in this rally. Anyway, let me read you a story, news article po, para malalaman din niyo po anong mga detalles po tungkol sa rally sa Sunday. This news is coming from the ABS-CBN. ABS-CBN. Ang heading, title ng story is 30,000 expected to join trillion peso march on Sunday, organizer. Kulang pa ito po, 30,000. Kulang pa ito po. But anyway, let me read you this story or this news article po. Hold on, ha? Okay. Hold on. Sandali po. Okay, nandito po ang storya. Tindik Pilipinas, the organizing group of September 21 protest is expecting 30,000 individuals to participate in the demonstration at the People Power Monument. Ibig sabihin, yan po sa EDSA. Tindik Pilipinas co-convener Kiko Aquino D on ANC's Headsard said the group has coordinated with the Philippine National Police and other government agencies to ensure the protest will be peaceful and meaningful experience, anticipating that a big portion of the attendees are first-time rally goers. Expected po, karamihan ng mga youth, mga estudyante po. This time you will see, ang mga youth, ang mga estudyante po, the number of students will be participating in this rally on Sunday po, expected to rise. Po. That is expected na po. we are really taking seriously the idea that it will be the first time that a lot of people will engage in protests this Sunday. And we want to make sure that while it is a venue to express anger, it is also a place to do it peacefully, safely, and it is a meaningful experience for everyone who will be attending. Yes, let us make it peaceful. Let us make it meaningful. Orderly po. Total, we Filipinos are known. Remember, People's Power 1, People's Power 2. Kailangan pa ba People's Power 3? Will it trigger People's Power 3 on Sunday? Let's see po. But there is only one thing sure that I can say. Galit na talaga ang mga Pilipino. Senior citizens, middle age, the youth. Galit na kami sa mga korap. Ikulong na yon mga korap. Mahina. Something wrong in our system. System must change as soon as possible. The 30th Peso March is set at 2 p.m. on September 21, Sunday. The 53rd anniversary of former dictator Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Sr.'s declaration of martial law. Ibig sabihin po, Sunday we will also be celebrating ang 53 anniversary of martial law. Our PNP, as a policy, need to keep some distance away from the rally goers unless there is any gulo among the protesters. Then they will keep that distance and they will not disperse the rally. That's a solid agreement, he said. So na-agree na po ang police saka ang mga organizers po. No? Distansya lang po ang mga police. No? But if there is gulo-gulo na po, they can come and disperse the crowd po. Or to make sure that itong rally po is orderly and peaceful. Maganda yan po. I was made to understand that few thousands of police personnel, no? Police personnel will be deployed on Sunday po in the two venues sa Luneta Park and sa Quezon City or sa Extra Shrine to keep it peaceful and orderly ang mga rallies po. Yon po ang ano natin. And of course, itong protest po, hindi ito political. There is no political color. Everybody will be focused on our disappointment, our anger about graft and corruption po. Graft and corruption. Diyon ang focus natin. Doon sa Luneta, black. Sa EDSA, white. Remember that. Alright? No placards. Politician's name, wala po. Pictures, wala. Please do not bring because you will not be allowed to participate. And that is very good. Shouting, bring home Duterte, will not be allowed. But bring home Saldico, pwede siguro yan po, no? Kasi corruption eh. Di ba? Bring home Saldico. Sabihin natin, ipatawa kay Martin Romualdez. Politician nga sila, but they are involved dito po sa corruption. I think naman pwede yun po. And nakita natin po na mayroon na po, don't be surprised, mayroon na po mga individuals who printed their own t-shirts, mayroon na yan po ikulong ang mga korap. Marami yung mga t-shirt yan po, no? So, yun po, expected na tayo po. It will be a big rally. Anyway, ano kaya mga sabihin natin, reaction ng mga tao po, no? Some individuals, I will be sharing with you po ang reaction, ang comments regarding the rally sa Sunday po. And meron tayo isang video clip dito, and I'm referring to the former governor of Ilocos Sur yata ito, no? Ilocos Sur, si former governor Chavit Singson. Yan na po, sabi niya po, itong problema po is dahil sa flood control project. Sabi niya, sabi ni former governor, businessman po, no? Very veteran politician po. Sabi niya, itong investigations po, dapat mag-start talaga sa lugar ni Marcos, ni President Marcos. Sa Ilocos. Sa Ilocos. Kasi ang dami din projects dyan po sa Ilocos. And he said, he don't believe Marcos is not aware of what is happening sa flood control projects po. He knows what is happening. He knows what is happening. Let's listen to this. I will share with you itong clippings po ni former Governor Chavit Singson. Nandito po. Let's listen to this. Hold on, ha? Aha, tingnan natin. And brief lang ito, but anyway, sige. Alright, let's listen to this. And alright, nandito po.
Para lang igay sila. Unahin niya po ang Ilocos Norte muna. Huwag na tayo lumayo. Dahil yung as far as flood control is concerned, at buong Pilipinas, sino nakakorner? Yung mga Diskaya. Sila ang contractor nila eh. Ba't imbestigan nyo na muna yun? Nandun na natakaluhan. So kung antayin natin ang Senado, mag-ano pa yan eh. Tatagal pa. Diretso na. Diretso na lang ito. At ang suggestion ko lang, huwag na natin pahirapan ang taong bayan. Yung rally, baka may manggulo pa. Ang pakiusap ko lang, it will be a peaceful revolution about corruption. Ang mga kabataan at mga
Alright, yun po. Narinig natin po si former Governor Chavit Singson po, no? Sabi niya, mag-umpisa na tayo dyan po sa Ilocos mismo, sa lugar ng mga Marcoses po. Ha? Huwag na tayo pumunta sa iba-ibang lugar. Start doon po sa lugar ni Marcos na mayroon talagang also mga ghost project siguro, mga substandard project siguro po, no? Kasi may mga projects, flood control projects dyan po sa Ilocos. Sabi ni former Governor Chavit, no? Chavit. Prangka po si Governor Chavit po. In fact, how many interviews na sa kanya po, he talk straight po, walang paligoy-ligoy when it comes to what is happening dyan po sa Pilipinas. He was even saying po, nabudol din siya po kay Marcos po. He supported Marcos kasi nagpunta daw sa kanya si Senator Amy Marcos, si Bongbong Marcos, and asked help to support him in the 2022 presidential election, and he helped, hoping that anong mga promises ni BBM, he will fulfill it po. Unity, continuity po of the Duterte projects po, because he believes na what the former president Tatay Digong or Rodrigo Roa Duterte did, ay left a legacy talaga po, no? What he did was good, and the country needs continuity of these projects, development projects po. But it did not happen po. Only promises, only pledges, empty promises from the mouth of no less than our president, si President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos. Yun po, si Chavit Singson. Kayo na bahala po. Do you believe na ganito ang presidente natin po? If you ask me po, yes, I believe. I believe po. Because nakita na natin po. Walang progreso, walang developments po ang Pilipinas po. Hanggang ngayon. Mayroong kunti. Hindi naman sabihin natin wala. Mayroon din. Pero mahina talaga po. Mahina talaga. Alright? Let me share you another video clip of former Governor Chavit Singson po. And ito po, you listen to this video clip.
So, yun na po, pakiusap ko. Pabayaan natin ang mga kabataan, mga student leaders, sila mag-lead itong revolusyon ng korupsyon. Bakit silang buwan, suggestion ko lang, pwede rin kayong pumunta sa Barani, pero baka may manggulo, baka mapama kayo. Ang suggestion ko, walang gulo. Wag na lang kayo pumasok. At tumayo kayo, karapatan nyo, pag-protesta. Dahil sa ang gobyerno natin, wala nang mangyayari. Dahil walang isang salita ang presidente. Walang isang salita yan. Ba't tayo maniniwala? Siya nagsabi, nakakaya kayo. Dapat nakakaya tayo eh. Kasama yung sila Diskaya, sila ang contractor niya eh. So, pakiusap ko po ang mga student leaders, mga kabataan, to lead this peaceful revolution for corruption. Dahil ano nyo ang wala na tayong pag-asa sa buhay. This is your future. This is your future. Yung mga kabataan, hindi po sa amin. Tumutulong lang po kami pagpaliwanag. Dahil mukhang naliligaw tayo eh. Investigasyon sa Senado, wala nangyayari. Paikot-ikot lang tayo. So, yun lang po. Maraming salamat and I'd like to entertain any question.
Okay, yun po. Ang statement ni former Governor Chavit Singson po, no? So, I support his statement. Ako po, I am supporting his statement po, no? You're doing this efforts po hindi para sa amin po. Tayo mga senior citizens na po, no? This is for the future, our children and the next generations to come po, no? To come. Kayo mga youth, kayo mga leaders, future leaders ng nation natin po, you have to move now. You have to move now. And when will be the right time? That will be on September 21. September 21, that will be on Sunday. That will be on Sunday. Make sure peaceful lang tayo po. Make sure peaceful lang tayo po. And everyday nakita natin, narinig natin sa mga news po, everyday continues ang mga rallies dyan sa Pilipinas. And although it's a big crowd, but at least mayroon po shouting the disappointments, the anger po of what is happening in the Philippines now. Ito mga congressmen, let's see po kung sino-sino mga congressmen will be participating dito po sa rally sa Sunday. Sa Sunday po. They're not banned from participating. Let's see po kung during the election, they keep on saying, para sa masa ako, para sa masa kami. Let's see po if you're going to participate. You're going to participate sa rally. You're going to participate sa rally. Let's see po. Or are you now campaigning? Trying to convincing your supporters, your own constituents, to go out on Sunday and participate in the rally or not? Are you or not? Anyway, sige lang po. Before I'll touch on itong issue natin po sa new speaker natin, si Speaker Faustino Boji Ko, no? Let me share you one more video clip po regarding kahapon. Kasi mayroon din yung Blue Ribbon Committee kahapon under the chairmanship of Senator Ping Lacson. Fourth hearing niya po kahapon. And of course, nag-mention na naman yun po ang pangalan ni Senator Jinggoy Estrada and Senator Joel Villanueva. Si Senator Jinggoy Estrada, head-on siya po, ask questions to the one who accused or name his name dito po sa anomalya ng flood control projects, si Engineer Bryce Hernandez, as well as nandiyan po si Engineer Henry Alcantara and other department officials of the Department of Public Works and Highways involved in the anomalies. So both of them. But this morning, when interviewed by the local media or mainstream media dyan po sa Pilipinas, what is this? Sabi ni Ping Lacson na hindi pa at sweldo, no? Mayroon pa. Hindi pa tapos po hindi pa clear ang issue ni Estrada at saka ni Estrada and Villanueva. Hindi pa daw. So, let's listen. Bakit kaya? Let's listen to this video clip po na I prepared for all of you. Hold on, Let's listen. Saan na yun?
Price na nag-insert sila ng, in the case of Senator Jinggoy, yung 355 million sa Bulacan. Senator Joel naman 600 million. So, yung nauna ko na nasabi, yung kay Senator Jinggoy, nandun talaga sa GAA na nahati sa 7 proyekto. At ito nakita na rin namin na merong na, actually phase 3, no? Lahat. Pero hindi pa nasisimulan yung phase 1. Pero it seems na para nakapag-bayad na doon sa phase 3. Yun ang issue doon. Yung kay Senator Joel, nung una, hindi ko nabanggit kasi hindi namin makita sa GAA. Pero na nagpresenta during the hearing kahapon si Senator Sherwin Gatchalian na mga program fund, nakita ng mga staff ko na nandun yung as enumerated. Kasi in-enumerate naman ni Bryce Hernandez lahat yung items, yung mga proyekto. So doon nakita. So sinabihan ko na rin silang dalawa bago sila umalis na hindi pa nare-resolve ito.
Alright, yan po. Narinig niyo po. Si Senator Ping Lacson, hindi pa, Hindi pa tapos ang issue the issue of Senator Jinggoy Estrada and Senator Joel Villanueva. Alright? Now, this time around, let's talk about ang new Speaker of the House. Si Speaker Boji, Boji D. Nag-issue na ng order siya, no? Totoo na ba ito? Is this the real one? Kung totoo talaga ito po, maganda po. May news tayo dito, news article coming from Philstar I would like to share with you. And the heading is House Speaker Boji D's first order, ang first order niya po as Speaker of the House, Young Saudi Coast Travel Pass. Travel Pass. Ito po, nandito po ang detalles. At least you will have the idea po. Newly elected House Speaker Boji D has revoked Representative Elizalde Cos or Ako Bicol Party List travel clearance, ordering him to return to the Philippines within 10 days. Balik na daw siya within 10 days. Failure to do so may result in co-facing disciplinary and legal action. Tingnan natin po kung mag-uwi ito si Saldico. Involved ito po sa mga allegations, no? May mga allegations na may kalukuhan ito po. Especially dito po sa 2025 national budget, 2020 and projects din po sa flood control projects po, no? itong very controversial issue. In a letter dated September 18, D informed Ko that his travel clearance had been revoked effective immediately. He has been given 10 calendar days from receiving the notice to return, with D citing the need for his immediate return to address pressing national matters. This revocation is issued in the paramount interest of the public and due to the existence of pressing national matters requiring your physical presence. Alright? Aha. Dapat na po uwi siya dito. Failure to comply with this directive within the prescribed period shall be construed as a refusal to subject yourself to the lawful processes of the House of Representatives and may result in the initiation of appropriate disciplinary and legal action. Sabi ni Speaker Ko. Alright, maganda yun po. Ko has reportedly been in the United States for medical treatment. He faces allegation of manipulating the budget through insertion as a previous appropriations chair and receiving kickbacks from flood control projects where he has ties to contractors. Yon po. Since Representative Martin Romualdez announced his resignation as House Speaker, more leaders from the majority bloc have criticized Ko for controversies surrounding the 2025 national budget. Deputy Speaker Rolando Puno and majority leader Sandro Marcos have called out Ko for tarnishing the House reputation and urged the absent lawmaker to face allegations. So yun po. I don't know. Let's see po if Ko is going home dito po sa Pilipinas. Dito sa Pilipinas po. Tingnan natin. Tingnan natin po. He is now in US, allegedly for medical treatment po. And matagal na siya dyan. I think since early this month yun, lumabas na itong mga istorya about flood control projects. Nobody was talking about his whereabouts until finally one day, lumabas na ng istorya na nasa US daw siya po undergoing medical treatment. Tingnan natin po kung mag-uwi siya. In the meantime, let's wait. And let's focus ourselves muna po sa Sunday. Ang Billion March and Trillion March po sa Sunday. Diyan po sa Luneta Park sa Manila as well as diyan po sa Ezra Shrine in Quezon City po. Let's hope, continue to encourage our fellow kababayan, mga countrymen natin po dyan sa Pilipinas na go out and participate. And not only Manila, the rally, no? It will be nationwide. Sa iba-ibang mga cities, municipalities, and provinces po, they will be having their own march, their own rallies po. So, let's see what will be the outcome and let's hope that this will be a peaceful one on Sunday. Si Nico, dito po sa Nick Talk, the Real Talk with Nico, will make sure po that I'm going to monitor the situation and para sa mga kababayan ko po dito sa Sabah, dito sa Kota Kinabalu po, I can assure you po whatever updates, breaking news po mayroon sa Pilipinas, stay tuned lang po kayo dito sa Nick Talk, the Real Talk with Nico, and I'll make sure that you will be properly informed. I might not be the first one to break the news sa inyo, but definitely you will get the news. So in the meantime, nandito na lang ulit si Nico. Once again, I would like to say, dalawang tulog na lang. Dalawang tulog na lang. I-prepare na natin itim o puti ang damit natin po para sa Sunday. And let's pray that we are going to achieve our goals, achieve our desired goals po on Sunday, and it will be a peaceful one. So with this, once again, Nico Fabian would like to say thank you very much for making me a part of your day today. Malaysia, Sabah, the Philippines, God bless us all. And I'll see you in my next episode. Bye. I love you.